So my favorite Bible verse would be in Matthew 25, and I can paraphrase. I can't quote it verbatim, but the part where he says, "What you've done to the least of my brothers and sisters, you've done to me." And I kind of live by that as much as possible, and that's what guides me in things like when I get involved in missions and things like that. I really feel like we do need to help people that are marginalized in our society and don't or haven't felt the love of Jesus, and those people are the ones that we really need to reach out to. So that is one area or one of the passages that really did change my life, and that's one of the ones that you do apply to real world things. I find it helps me in my decision making and some of the things that Jesus is talking about, whether it's whether you apply it to our government or our political system or how you treat others. A lot of those things have really touched me for sure. I've been attending here for about 8 years now. I've been a member of the church, and my wife and I took a lot of classes early on, but one of the ones we took was the Disciple Bible class. It was pretty intensive study of the Bible. We're very glad that we took it. Otherwise, I'm not sure I would have been able to find the time to actually read that much of the Bible on my own. It's nice to have a nice structured class that kind of gives you these assignments and readings to do. You will get so much more from that class and discussing the things with your peers than you would ever reading the Bible on your own or just listening to the passages during a sermon. But I found myself being able to use Scripture and apply it to life, and I found myself quoting Scripture a lot more. You can actually go back on my social media and see where I would quote things from the Bible, and usually it was things we had learned or talked about that week, but it carried with me. And one of the other great things I find is when we're listening to a sermon or whatever, and the pastor brings up one of the passages that we had studied during class. I remember everything that we talked about it, and it's great because I know exactly what he or she is talking about during the sermon. I would just say I think that attending either the Disciple Bible class or any of the other classes that we offer here at the church is very important, because I feel like it builds that community, the sense of community. But I think you're also missing out if you don't participate in those things. Worship is just really one small part of the community and the experience of being a part of the church. And it's very important to participate in those things. You meet new people, you learn new things. You really go further and further and deeper into that journey. Just showing up for church every Sunday is great, but without those other things, I feel like you may not build as deep a relationship as you could without participating in those things. And that goes for missions as well, and all aspects of serving the community and the church.